now that I can hear you. Can they see it? Yeah, I turned the camera.
I just don't think we have any viewers.
But it's recording, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Brian Hedda School at Quest Academy. I am currently showing if any viewers online. If you're online, would you please type in just a little cue for us to let us know you are here? Thank you. Again, if you've just joined us, would you be so kind to let us know that you have arrived in this Hangout and simply type your name in? Thank you.
Did you start yet?
But it says 0 viewers, and I assume that's reliable, yes?
But it's being recorded and we're going to post it.
Yes. So you're still live. So you can go ahead and go through your whole presentation.
Okay.
And then the link can be shared and people can watch later.
Okay.
Can I edit it?
If you want.
Cut out this all first.
That would be fine.
Smart idea.
So just go through your presentation, screen share everything you need to, and then we'll republish it and share it to people. All right? Just have fun. Tonight, there's no pressure.
All right, I think we have just had our first viewer join us. If you'd be so kind to type in your name and let us know who you are, and we're going to get started in just 1 second. Thank you. Mr. Moon is here. Mr. Moon, I think we have received confirmation that you're here. If anybody else would be so kind to let us know who's here, then we're going to get started in just 1 minute. Thank you so very much for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We're thrilled you found the time here. I hope this is a convenient way for us to get in touch with each other. I will be brief. I'd like to introduce right next to me Mrs. Sharon Rockel, who is our Director of Communications and Information. And the point of today's broadcast is for her to walk you through some of the most essential communications and information management that she handles here at Quest Academy. So without much further ado, I'm going to let her take over, and both Mrs. Kovich and I are in the room. We're here to answer any questions you may have, so please feel free to type in your questions, and I'm going to go ahead and click this presentation now over to the actual PowerPoint presentation that we have. And again, I appreciate very much you joining us. So here we go. Mrs. Rocco?
Well, hello everybody. I'm glad that you could join us. Again, I'm going to take you through and introduce our administrative team and tell you who they are and what they do. And then I want to talk about how we get information to you, and then we'll take a look at our website so you'll know where to find information. I'm going to start out with our administrative team. We have Mrs. Beth Blades. And these are the areas that she is responsible for, and much more than this. So if you have questions or concerns about anything related to teaching and learning, they should be directed to her. Next we have Donna Halverson, who is the assistant to Ben. If you would like an appointment with Ben, you can contact Donna. Questions or concerns regarding any of the areas that she's responsible for, again, should be directed to her. She takes care of all of our after-school activities and facility scheduling. Parent-teacher conferences will be coming up soon. She is the person responsible for setting up those schedules, and if you have any problems with that, she can help you. These 4 people are over in our business office, right next to the pre-K rooms. Most of you know Debbie Chen. She is responsible for the contracts and tuition payments, so I'm sure you have talked to her about that at some point in time. Her extension is 419. If you have any questions, again, give her a call. Gail Grumberg is the Assistant Director of Finance and Operations. You will be getting monthly statements from her. Any questions on your fees or payments should be directed to Gail. Lori DeSimone is our Director of Development and Constituent Relations, and she is responsible for our fundraising. All of the constituents are our current families, new families, alumni, businesses, the community at large. She takes care of all of that. And also, one big thing I'd like to share with you is the volunteering at Quest. We love to have all of you here helping us, and there are so many opportunities. If you have any questions about volunteering, you're interested in getting involved, please call Lori. Randy Sycon is our Director of Facilities, and again, he's responsible for our building and ground maintenance and also for our emergency drills. These three people you'll find near our front lobby area, and I know you all know Leslie Kovich, who's responsible for our admissions, advertising, and marketing. And if any of you have any ideas or thoughts on marketing and getting our name out there with other people who might be interested in Quest, please talk to Leslie. Estelle Nicholson sits behind the front desk. She is the assistant to Beth Blades, so if you'd like an appointment with Beth, Estelle is the person that you should call. She's also the person responsible for our lunch program. So any questions about the lunch order or any problems you're having with that, you should direct those to Estelle. I know you all have met Mrs. Perry. She's our receptionist. These are the areas that she is responsible for. If you have any questions, she will certainly find the right person for you to talk to. She works up until 3 o'clock, and the other three people we have helping at the front desk are Kelly O'Connor, Estelle Nicholson, and Nick Johnson. Mrs. Perry is a great resource for all of you. If you have questions or you don't know who to talk to, she can certainly find out for you. Then these are just some other administrators that you might like to know. Of course, I am the Director of Information and Communications, and I am responsible for these areas. You'll be getting a lot of emails under my name. I send out the weekly Quest email that will arrive in your inbox on Saturday morning. So if you have any questions about that, if there's some problems with your receiving our emails, please let me know. I am responsible for the database too, so if you move, you get a new cell phone number, your work information changes, please make sure that I get that information so I can update our database. Phil Aguiarto is our Director of IT Support Services. Dan Rizak is our Director of Academic Technology, and he will be working with our faculty and our students as well as teaching STEAM classes this year. And he is the person who is managing the middle school Chromebooks. So those middle school parents, if you have some questions about that, you can contact Dan. Mr. Voller is the director of our Extended Day program. Any questions regarding Extended Day should be directed to him. He also coordinates after-school piano and guitar lessons, and he is, again, one of our PE teachers. Wendy Erickson is our school counselor. She has office hours that are posted on her teacher page, and you can always reach her by email if you need to talk to her. So let's talk about how we communicate with all of you. Friday folders. We send out information to parents at the end of each week, and we call these our Friday folders. Inside there you'll find things from a teacher, maybe some graded papers, some flyers, or news that they want to send home to you. We will send home information about activities going on at school as well. Most of our newsletters are electronic only, but there are a lot of other papers that we will be sending home, and they'll be in the Friday folders. And those of you with middle school students, please ask your middle schooler about where their Friday folder is. We find a lot of times the middle school students don't get their Friday folders home to their parents. So make sure you remind them if you don't see that every week. Teachers are going to post their newsletters weekly on their teacher pages, and middle school news is posted on our Parents News and Events page on the website. And I'll take you there to show you where those things are in just a moment. The Weekly Quest is our school newsletter, and that's sent out weekly, again at the end of the week. It's good for you just to look over it. There's a brief calendar to show you the upcoming week, reminders about events and activities going on, all sorts of little tidbits of information about the school year will be in the Weekly Quest. So at least take a look at that every Saturday morning, and along with your teacher newsletters. We do communicate mostly by email, so again, make sure that we have your current email address. And also we have an emergency communication system. So if we have a snow day, or we need to close early, or we cancel some after-school activities because of weather, you'll be getting a voicemail, an email, and those of you who have checked availability for text messages will send those out. So let's take a look at where you can find information. This is our website, and I will tell you that we are doing some redesign work, and we'll be updating that with all of our parents soon. But everything that you need is right here on this Parents tab. You should be able to get everything you need. You don't need to log in for most of this information. You can just click on it and go to it without logging in. This news and events page is where I post everything that you need to know. So again, right here up at the top is the Weekly Quest. You click on Read More, and you can access the PDF here. And there's the Weekly Quest. There'll be a link to this in my weekly email to you, so you can find that fairly easily. Over here in this menu, you'll find I will put different forms and things for you throughout the year. So right now it's the beginning of the year, so we have the annual fee form, which includes an outdoor education fee for 3rd through 8th grade, MIL, birthday book club. After school activities, the order form is here, or the registration form is here. You can fill it out. These forms are online only, so you do need to fill them out online, and you'll get an email with your registration information. Middle school flex classes. So again, whenever we have any registrations or forms for you to fill out, you'll find them listed right over here. Our calendar. This is our calendar. You have a choice for the calendars here that you would like to show up for you. There is a separate athletics calendar. If you only wanted to see that, you could choose only that calendar. There are 2 views. This is a list view. You can click on block and get a block view if you prefer that. And we have all the different activities that are going on after school and during the day for all the families. And another nice feature we have as far as the calendars is you can subscribe to the calendars with an RSS feed, and if you click here, it will walk you through the steps on downloading the iCal feed for you, because you can download this to your Outlook or to your Google Calendar or your phone, whatever you would like. Now I want to take you to some teacher pages. You can click on the faculty and staff directory, and everyone is listed here. If you wanted to send someone an email, you can click here, and there's an email button here, so you just click that and you'll have an option to send them an email. Everyone's phone number or extension is listed here, and then they have some attachments down on their page if they have any. The email button is on everyone's page, so if you can't remember their email or you're on the website, you can go ahead and use that button to send them an email. So if you click on the teacher that you're looking for, again, here's her office hours, her voicemail extension, her email, and then information that they've posted on their page. Like Ms. Hoffman, she does have a blog that she does, her Art Canoe. You can look at work that she's got posted from her students. Some other things that we have available for you on this drop-down menu, the lunch order form, you can always click here to get the lunch order form when it's open. There's another option you can click up here. I have the lunch order form in a couple places so people can always find it. Pick a time is something we use during parent-teacher conferences. So again, here's a quick link to pick a time. Another quick link that you might want to use is My Backpack. You'll have to log into My Backpack, and the things that will be on there will be, there's a way for you to get a school directory or a student directory. The nice thing about this is you can go and pick just kindergarten if you want, or you can just pick a specific class, and you can get a nice little directory just for that small group. Your report cards will be posted through My Backpack. So if you have any questions or problems with logging into My Backpack, or you've forgotten your username or password, you just click here, enter your email address, and it will send you your username and password. Again, if you have any problems or questions, you can email me and I'll try and walk you through some of that. See if we have any questions. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, this would be a good time to ask us any questions you may have. I hope you found this information most helpful. There really is a wealth of information via our website, and as Sharon so diligently explained, and also something that she really carries out, is we make every effort for you to either get the email by going to our, get the communication by going to our website, or you may also get it in your inbox every Saturday morning around 3 in the morning. We send out our weekly communications. Now Sharon, as she said, will also send out other email correspondence during the week, special notices, notices that we want to stand by themselves, so you kind of get a feel that this is something a little bit maybe outside of the realm of sort of weekly regular communication. And again, Sharon is the person responsible for all these communications, and she's a great resource for you to get to know. And if you ever have any questions, she is the person to talk to about receiving communications, or maybe also for help you to get communications out to other parents and those kinds of things. So, don't know, do we have any questions?
There's one other thing I'll point out here, the student form and document page. This is where you're going to find forms that you'll need.
Maybe you could, I believe we also have, for example, the parent-student handbook on this page.
Which I do want to point out here. It's here listed here. It is something that you probably want to look over and read. Everything you want to know about us and our policies and procedures.
Would be good to maybe also review, for example, some of the disciplinary procedures with your students. There's a reason we call this the parent-student handbook. You know, there are things concerning dress code and all those kinds of things on, all that information is included in our parent-student handbook.
So and this is here all year long. You can always go to the handbook and refer to it. There is this list where we talked about all of our administrators. That list is here in the handbook as well. So it's not just in the presentation. You can come to the handbook and look for that information.
Okay, so I see a question here. How often do teachers check their emails? I would answer that to you the following way. We really encourage our teachers to respond to any parental communication within a 24 to 48-hour period, preferably the 24-hour period. And that applies to both voice messages you leave on the phone as well as emails. quite frankly, I think by now in this year we are moving more and more to the email communication. But you know, to me, that's base level communication. Sometimes a phone call is actually a little bit more meaningful of a communication, and then obviously the best communication is face to face. And you should know that our teachers also are put on alert that, you know, if we proactively want to meet with you, we should go ahead and do so. But same for you. If you proactively want to meet with us teachers, then you should by all means feel encouraged to go ahead and request such a meeting and go ahead and set that up. So my dream and hope is that every teacher checks their emails 24 hours to 48 hours. If that should never be the case, if you somehow get frustrated or anything, I think either Sharon or Beth Blades or I would be a good person to hear about that, so we can figure out if it's an oversight or if there's a technical problem. But usually the email communications between teachers and parents works phenomenally well. Did that answer your question? Okay. So I am curious, just maybe if everybody would just take a moment to type in their name in the comments field, just so that we get a feel for how many folks joined us today. We see we have a total of 10 different parties tuned in right now, and we would be, again, very, very curious to see who took the time to tune in. And maybe you'll also let us know if you find this kind of electronic communication helpful. This is something we'd like to do a little bit more of, and surely during lunchtime or something like that, that's a convenient time for everybody to get together, and that's why we call this the Google Hangout.
This is also recorded, so you can always refer back to it by going to our Google Plus page, and yes, we will be doing some more of these throughout the year. So, okay. Thank you all for attending. Again, if you have any questions, email me and we'll get you the answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.